Now, what we'd like to hear are storms, but they can be dangerous, as you heard Matt talk about several times. Those storms in Metro Tucson should be picking up, though, in the next week or so. And as the monsoon ramps up, we will likely see some flooding on our roadways. The city has prepared for this ahead of time, and Daniel McFarland tells us what preps the city has taken for the monsoon and what neighborhoods are most likely to see flooding.
During the monsoon, the Tucson Department of Transportation runs Operation Splash, which means they put up signs like these behind me in front of those dip crossings that flood easily. There are hundreds of dip crossings around Tucson that will have these flood signs where the flash flooding is most possible. The Tucson Department of Transportation put out these before June 15th, and they will keep them out until September. When the heavy rain hits, those TDOT crews will deploy to the heavy rain locations and put those flood signs in place.
Crews also do not remove those signs until they're able to examine the area. So as the water recedes, crews will make sure that there's no hazardous debris in the roadway and that the roadway conditions are safe for the traveling public.
The area most prone to flooding will be the foothills, especially towards the Ventana Canyon area. Even though the fire was not as big as the Bighorn, there are still burn scars from the Ventana fire, which could cause flash flooding down the mountain.
Because there's not that vegetation to slow the water down and let it seep into the ground, it runs off quickly. You can get 100, 200, 300, up to 500% more runoff, more of a flood from the same rainfall event in a burn-scarred area than you would in a normal area that has normal vegetation.
Other areas to watch for potential flash flooding will be areas that see significant rainfall multiple days in a row. This has happened a few times during the last couple monsoons, especially on the west side and in the foothills, but can just as easily happen anywhere else around the city. From Midtown, Daniel McFarland, News 4 Tucson.